Hi and welcome to the Privateer Productions YouTube channel. I get asked a lot of questions about how to light a big green egg in the easiest way possible. So today I'm just going to show you the way that I light my big green egg, and hopefully that will give you some tips and tricks as to how to get your big green egg started. Because the best thing about cooking on the big green egg is its reliability. But you don't get that unless you light it properly in the first place. So today I'm going to show you how I light my big green egg. Hopefully it will just help you to get started and feel more comfortable when you're using yours. So I was using my big green egg last night, and you can see that I have some old charcoal in here. Now normally when I get started, all I do is bash this around a little bit. And that helps to get rid of some of that ash. The ash will fall through to the bottom, which I'll clean out in a little while. So I'm using some Big K applewood charcoal. You can see that it's lumpwood charcoal because look at this. It's a huge piece of wood that you can sometimes break up, but because I'm using my large big green egg, I don't need to. And sometimes you'll get big sticks. A big stick doesn't really make any difference to how it's going to burn, but you might not want it taking up all that space. So now I'm ready to go. You can see that I've got my charcoal topped up to the bottom of the fire ring. It's all good clean charcoal, so this is going to burn really, really nicely. What I use to light my charcoal is one of these. Some call it wood wool, or it could be a flamer or something like that, but it's a natural firelighter. Basically it's shavings of wood that are wrapped together. Simply put it into the middle of your charcoal and set fire to it. They catch really easily and they burn really hot. So what I like to do is just line up a few pieces of charcoal next to it. And then as that catches fire and gets going, this charcoal will start to go as well. And that's it. We'll leave that, let that go for a few minutes, and then we'll close the lid. So now you can see the firelighter is burnt out. And what we have is a central glowing area within the charcoal, and that's where the heat is. That's really starting to get going. You can hear a little crackling. And that's as the pieces of charcoal start to get warm, they expand a little bit and they crack apart. And what's happening here is that this is going to spread out this heat amongst all of the inside of the big green egg. So all the ceramic parts, all the other charcoal, is all starting to get warm, and that's what you want. You want the heat to be generated and be kept inside the egg. So what we're going to do now is close the lid and open the top vent all the way. The bottom vent is already open all the way, and we're going to let the egg start to get warm. As that happens, the temperature will start to creep up. So we'll let that go for a few minutes until it's around 150 degrees, and then we'll do the next stage. One of the things you'll need to learn to do when you open a big green egg and it's already cooking is to give a little burp. What's happening now is that the coals are getting hot, the heat is being generated, the inside of the egg is all getting hot, the air is rushing in the bottom, rushing out the top. So when you open it, there's going to be a lot of influx of air going in there, and you might just get a little bit of heat coming out. So what you should always do is just give it a little burp, which means opening it just a little bit, and then opening it fully. And you can see now we have a roaring fire going. Now, even if you're doing a low and slow, this doesn't matter. Like, it's going to cool down just as soon as we put the other stuff in. I have here some wood chunks. These are mesquite wood chunks, and they're going to go in the flames. And then I'm going to put in my plate setter. Plate setter turns it from being direct heat to indirect heat. And there we go. Straight away like that. Then on top of that, we're going to add on the grid. And then we'll close the egg. Now, because all of that was cold when it went in, you'll see that the temperature will drop down. So where it was 250, now it's going to come down. It's going to settle around 150, 160. And we're going to close up the vents just because we don't want it to be cooking that hot. So actually what we're aiming for today is around 150 to 160. So I'm going to close that top vent, but keep the holes open. When we're setting the temperature, we alter it by using the vents on the top and on the bottom. Now this is the bottom vent. You'll see when I've been lighting this has been 100% open, so open all the way. Now that I want to set it to a certain temperature, I'm going to close it up. So because I'm going for a middling temperature, I'm going to have this open by about 2 to 3 centimeters there, so just about 2 and a bit finger widths, and that'll allow enough air to get into the egg to let the fire continue to burn, but not enough to let it get too hot to cook on. Great, so you join us a couple of minutes later now. So it's been about 10 minutes since I actually lit the firelighter, and you can see that we're sitting pretty steady around 150. What I've done is just close up the vent on the top, so that just the holes are open, and on the bottom we're just open by 2 to 3 centimeters. Now what I'm going to do is put on my dinner, and hope you've got something nice to eat as well tonight. Remember the quick burp, and then open. This is a boerboer sausage, otherwise known as a curdy banger. That's going to smoke and roast and be ready in a few minutes. Thanks for watching.